Japan is divided into 47 prefectures, 1 circuit or territory, and 1 metropolis. In 1868, the Meiji Fuhankan Sanchaisi administration created the first prefectures were also transformed into prefectures, so that prefectures subdivided the whole country in several waves of territorial consolidation. Today's 47 prefectures were formed by the turn of the century. In many instances, these are contiguous with the ancient Ritsurya provinces of Japan. Each prefecture's chief executive is a directly elected governor. Ordinances and budgets are enacted by a unicameral assembly whose members are elected for 4-year terms, under a set of 1888 to 1890 laws on local government until the 1920s. Each prefecture and each district into towns and sub-prefectural bureaus of the prefecture. Some other prefectures also have branch offices that carry out prefectural administrative functions. Outside the capital, Tokyo, the capital of Japan, is a merged city prefecture, a metropolis. It has features of both cities and prefectures. The West's use of prefecture to label these Japanese regions stems from 16th century Portuguese explorers and traders' use of prefeitura to describe the fiefdoms they encountered there. Its original sense in Portuguese, however, was closer to municipality than province. Today, in turn, Japan uses its word ken, meaning prefecture, to identify Portuguese districts, while in Brazil the word prefeitura is used to refer to a city hall. Those fiefs were headed by a local warlord or family, though the fiefs have long since been dismantled, merged, and reorganized multiple times, and being granted legislative governance and oversight. The rough translation stuck. The Meiji government established the current system in July 1871 with the abolition of the Ha system and establishment of the prefecture system. Although there were initially over 300 prefectures, many of them being former Ha territories, this number was reduced to 72 in the latter part of 1871 and 47 in 1888. The local autonomy law of 1947 gave more political power to prefectures and installed prefectural governors in parliaments. In 2003, Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi proposed that the government consolidate the current prefectures into about 10 regional states. The plan called for each region to have greater autonomy than existing prefectures. This process would reduce the number of sub-prefecture administrative regions and cut administrative costs. The Japanese government also considered a plan to merge several groups of prefectures, creating a subnational administrative division system consisting of between 9 and 13 states, and giving these states more local autonomy than the prefectures currently enjoy. As of August 2012, this plan was abandoned. Japan is a unitary state. The central government delegates many functions to the prefectures and municipalities, but retains the overall right to control them. Although local government expenditure accounts for 70% of overall government expenditure, the central government controls local budgets, tax rates, and borrowing. Prefectural government functions include the organization of the prefectural police force, the supervision of schools and the maintenance of prefectural schools, prefectural hospitals, prefectural roads, the supervision of prefectural waterways and regional urban planning. Their responsibilities include tasks delegated to them by the national government such as maintaining most ordinary national roads, and prefectures coordinate and support their municipalities in their functions. De facto, prefectures as well as municipalities have often been less autonomous than the formal extent of the local autonomy law suggests, because historically, during the Edo period, the Tokugawa shogunate established Baguio-ruled zones, while the township-ruled zones in the rest of the Baguio-ruled zones became ken. Later, in 1871, the government designated Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto as fu, and relegated the other fu to the status of ken. During World War II, in 1943, Tokyo became a new type of pseudo-prefecture. Despite the differences in terminology, there is little functional difference between the 4 types of local governments. The subnational governments are sometimes collectively referred to as Todofukan in Japanese, which is a combination of the 4 terms. Osaka and Kyoto prefectures are referred to as fu. The classical Chinese character from which this is derived implies a core urban zone of national importance. Before World War II, different laws applied to fu and ken, but this distinction was abolished after the war, and the 2 types of prefecture are now functionally the same. 43 of the 47 prefectures are referred to as ken. The classical Chinese character from which this is derived carries a rural or provincial connotation, and an analogous character is used to refer to the counties of China, counties of Taiwan and districts of Vietnam. Hokkaido,